Welcome in to Let's Be Honest. I'm your host, Kristin Cavallari, and my bestie Justin is back.
Yeah, I'm back. I couldn't stay away.
I think we're just going to make him a fixture around here, guys, so
I'll
settle
show up.
on it.
Every time you're doing a solo episode, I just show up. I'm like, hey, I heard you were recording today.
You're recording a podcast, but people love you, and so I think, hey, everybody wins in this situation. We have fun doing these episodes, and
Too much fun,
and you guys love Justin, so everyone wins. So we told you guys last time we are definitely going to recap Raya for you, give you all the tea on Raya. I am going to talk about the first date that I had on Raya, and so I think we just get right into it.
Yeah.
All things dating.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about what's about to come.
All the things that are about to be said.
Before we get into the episode today, I want to just quickly talk to you guys about the clothing brand Jenni Kayne. They are supporting today's episode, and perfect timing, honestly, because winter is right around the corner and my wardrobe could definitely use a little refresh. Jenni Kayne is a California brand through and through, and their staples make getting dressed easier than it's ever been before. Think minimalist and effortless, but totally refined. Those are all my favorite words. From luxurious cashmere sweaters and iconic accessories to elevated versions of all your everyday basics. Not to mention the most incredible home essentials, too. Jenni Kayne is here to help you live your best holiday season yet. And for a limited time, my listeners get 15% off their first order. Go to jennikayne.com and use the code HONEST to get 15% off. I'm obsessed with Jenni Kayne. I have actually a bunch of their sweaters. They're so cozy, and because they're very effortless in the best way possible, you can literally wear them with anything. They also have really cozy socks, some fun slippers. It's truly like my favorite cozy brand. So you guys gift yourself and your loved ones the best gift of all, Jenni Kayne. My listeners get 15% off your first order when you use code HONEST at jennikayne.com. That's 15% off your first order, JENNIKAYNE.com, and use code HONEST. Let getting dressed be one less thing to worry about.
Okay, so want to recap for you. If you missed the last solo episode, it was about how I joined Raya, and I'll just sum it up really quickly if you didn't hear that one. So I was in LA. I went to dinner with my girlfriends, and one of my friends showed me a Raya profile of a man that I literally was like, what the fuck? Like, men like this do not exist, at least in the real world. So I am like, I have to join, and I have to find this man before I go back to Nashville. So I did. So I submitted my application while we were at dinner. I get approved a couple days later, and I instantly match with this guy. And I am like, holy shit, okay? I'm so excited.
Days later, you open up the app for the first time, you're swiping, and instantly you see him.
Yeah, so I get approved. You and I, from you're in Nashville, I'm in LA. We're both creating my profile. I'm sending Justin all of the pictures, like, what do you think of this one?
Your profile is fire.
My profile is good.
At some point, maybe you should share that.
I would show it. It's a good balance, because I have, I'll show you guys my main profile pic. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. Do you think
yeah, let's think about it. We don't want you to get kicked off yet.
We're having too much fun. Kicked off yet.
Yeah, you gotta get married first.
Yeah, let me get married.
We gotta find Mr. Right first. You cannot get kicked off.
No, I can't. It's too soon to get kicked off.
But your profile is really good. It's a good mixture of you.
Thank you.
Because you're so like smiley, happy, party girl, really serious.
Covers all the bases. Yeah. my main profile, though, is me smiling with my teeth. I don't know why. I feel like men really like seeing women's teeth, but also
if they have good ones. You have really good teeth.
Thank you. They're real. Thank you.
You have really good teeth.
You gotta throw that in nowadays.
You had braces, right?
I had braces twice. Yeah. I had all the
full
fucking
headgear.
Things.
Full headgear.
All the things.
Full headgear until she was 21.
My sexiest era by far. I actually still have a bottom retainer in, which this is.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's kind of chic.
It's so chic. But I feel like men really want to see a woman's teeth because think about it. Like, we also want to see a man's teeth. When I'm scrolling through someone's profile and they don't have a smile picture with their teeth, I'm like, they probably have horrible teeth. Right? We talk about that all the time.
Yeah, and teeth are important to certain people. I mean, now
They're
I'm thinking about myself
me.
because you can't even see my teeth. My teeth never show. You know what people say to me on social media sometimes? What? Do you have teeth? My upper lip hangs over my teeth. You could never see my teeth.
I can see the bottom of
Okay.
I'm dying. Teeth are important though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So anyways, my main profile picture is me just looking very wholesome, very girl next door showing my teeth.
Well, that's a catfish. You're catfishing now.
Do you want to know though, for real? I do feel like I'm catfishing people to a degree because I don't have anything about my kids on Raya. And what I've noticed is a lot of men that have kids have a photo with their kid. And I'm like, that's really cool that you're putting that out there right
but you
away.
don't like to share pictures of your kids.
I don't show pictures of my kids, although I would feel safe to on Raya because you can't screenshot or, but 100% I'm sort of catfishing people. Not only do I have kids, I have 3 kids. Like I have a crew.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that actually.
And a lot of guys, they put their kids on there so that you know.
So why can't you in your bio just be like, Mama bear? What do women always say? They're like, Mama to 3 littles. Like women love to say that. I'm like, you guys chill. Like, come on.
Mama to 3 littles. I'll never get matched with anyone. Buzzkill. So what I do, I just throw that on the first date. I'm all, by the way, I've got 3 kids.
That's really interesting though, because it's like but when people go to your Instagram on Raya, they can go and see that, but then you don't share your kids that much.
But I do. Well, okay. So here's the thing. Raya does. You have to. I guess I don't know if you have to, but you put your Instagram on there. What do we do? Anytime I'm like, if I think a guy's hot or if I'm borderline, I send Justin his Instagram.
Oh, it's my favorite thing in the world.
We both go in and
I
look at their
live for an Instagram stalk.
So
she sends
funny.
me everyone and like, I look more than you do. She's like, Justin, I didn't even go that far. Like, you need to calm down. Like, I'm looking at tagged photos. I'm looking at their friends, going into their friends' profiles, seeing if we have any mutuals.
I know, you're like, hang on. But by the way, tagged photos is where you really good to get sense of someone, because that's where you can tell if they're actually cute or not. But I do feel like, because my Instagram is on there, and if you go to my Instagram, my bio does say mama. And I do have pictures of my kids. It's not their face, but like I do have them on there. There's a presence of my kids on there.
Well, and I think when someone goes to your Instagram, they see that you have a large following. They see your name. They're going to Google you. Like, people are going to know. But I get what you're saying. That kind of is something that, like, I know women who are single and their moms, like, they want to lead with that to see if it's cool.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, like, are you cool with...
Yeah, and because I talked to like one of my other really good friends, Beegs in Chicago, her husband, because I just asked him, I was like, what do you think about this? He's like, I definitely think you should like work it into the conversation, because it is a big deal. I have 3 kids. I think it would be different if I had 1, but like a lot of guys that I go out with, they want kids, and that becomes a big discussion. So anyways,
That's why I always say, anybody listening, I want you to have a guy who's already been divorced. He has kids of his own, has his own business.
I know.
I mean, I have a whole idea in my head.
Well, yeah, and it's like where I'm at in life. Like, I'm not trying to hustle.
Where you're
like
at in
I
life,
used
you're looking
to.
for a club promoter. Like, you are.
That's why I'm in LA at fucking Delilah.
You do secretly, like, Kristin, you do. I'm sorry, you're attracted to douchey guys. You know, it's like, I don't think, I can't say too much. But you're basically like, no, I can't say
Okay, I will say this. Has my picker been off a little in the past? Sure. I do think the tides are turning, and I'm starting to attract better's maybe not the right word, nicer, more genuine, wholesome men.
Yeah, and when I say douche, I mean like the hottest guys. But anytime you point out a guy, I'm like, Kristin, that guy cheats on everyone he's with. Like, that guy never wants to leave the bar. And you're like, I love him. He's so hot.
Well,
I mean, it's your type. That's your type.
I think okay, here's
like a fuckboy is what everyone calls it. I feel so old now.
That's what they say.
But you love a fuckboy, like that look.
I do love a fuckboy. I'm attracted to the look of a fuckboy. Well,
Yeah.
I like hot. Fucking sue me. But here's the other thing with Raya. It's solely based on looks. Obviously, you're literally looking at 5 to 10 photos, let's say, judging them based on those photos. And of course, I'm going, is he hot or not?
Yeah, of course. No, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that, like, my version of hot versus yours is different.
What's like your like hot celebrity
like, I
guy?
think like I'll see someone who's hot. Of course, I can see hot, but like there's always something like a sparkle to their eyes or like a sweetness. I like a little bit of like an innocence.
Hold on. Can we talk about the one guy that I matched with who DM'd me and said, "You have the best energy, Kristin"? And we both looked at his. Here's my thing. I feel like every guy that you're like, you should go out with him, has a touch of gay. That is fair to fucking say. The models, all the models, you're you're like, this guy, oh my God, he's like the biggest
but
model.
to be fair, I'm also the one that I'm like, I think that guy has a little sugar in his gas tank. Like, I can see it, but I think your version of like who looks like they might be gay is like if the guy knows how to like tuck his shirt in or like wear a belt as an adult. Like you look for like a backwards cap, and I'm looking for someone who has like a loafer, maybe a pair of loafers and a pair of matching socks. So if that's gay, I don't know what to tell you.
I want manly.
I'm looking long term. You're still looking for a weekend.
A weekend. I want
a weekend at the shore.
I'm just attracted to like manly men, and I don't think that equals douchey. I just think a little rough and rugged.
Oh, I love that. I mean, I would
fucking love
what if
that.
I want you to date like a construction worker, or like
Same
a plumber,
with,
or like a guy who rides a horse or something.
Same with me.
You know,
I thought
not for an Instagram picture. Like he actually rides a horse. It's not for
I thought
content.
living in fucking Franklin, Tennessee, they'd be everywhere. By the way, there's none. Don't come here for cowboys. They're not here.
Yeah. No, it's harder to find those guys. But also here, like you live in a place where like everyone's married. It's not like you're going. Yeah. It's not singular.
No.
Okay, let's talk about Element, which I love. They are electrolytes that actually taste so good. Do you guys know how important electrolytes are? If you work out, if you go in the sauna, if you've had a few cocktails, if you just live an active lifestyle, you are going to want to reach for these. And you guys, they can also be used as a cocktail mixer, which also works great for recovery after a night out of drinking, and good timing with the holiday season right around the corner. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything you need and nothing you don't. So that means a lot of salt with no sugar. It contains a science backed electrolyte ratio: 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And with none of the junk: no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no filler, no BS. Element is formulated to help anyone with their electrolyte needs and is perfectly suited to folks following a keto, low carb, or paleo diet. I use an infrared sauna regularly. I also indulge in a cocktail from time to time. And so I use Element honestly probably every single day. I always have them in my water when I'm working out, and I drink one before and after I know I'm going to be drinking alcohol, and I swear by them. Right now, Element is offering a free sample pack with any purchase. That's 8 single serving packets free with any Element order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a salty friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/honest. This deal is only available through my link, so you must go to drinklmnt.com/honest. Element offers no questions asked refunds, so try it totally risk-free. If you don't like it, share it with a salty friend and they'll give you your money back, no questions asked. You have nothing to lose. HelloFresh, you guys. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. The holidays are right around the corner, and HelloFresh can help take the stress out of dinner by delivering everything you need to cook up tasty meals right to your doorstep, saving you tons of time. The holiday season can be hectic, and that's where HelloFresh's 15-minute meals come in. These quick fixes help you get a wholesome meal on the table in less time than it takes to get delivery. Everyone wants to cut back on errands and spending time in checkout lines this time of year. So skip that extra grocery store trip and instead get fresh ingredients and delicious recipes delivered with HelloFresh. Just pick your meals, decide on a delivery date, and sit back. As always, I am traveling a ton this holiday season. I was just looking at my calendar for November and December and actually January. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gone most of December. So you better believe I'm going to be relying on HelloFresh to save the day for me, because also I live like 25 minutes from my grocery store, so I can't just pop over to get stuff. So guys, if you're anything like me and you want to save some time, go to hellofresh.com/let's be honest free and use code let's be honest free for free breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at hellofresh.com/let's be honest free with code let's be honest free.
So Raya is a good spot to be because you're getting a feel for guys. But I think the guys that you gravitate towards sometimes, in my head, I'm like, oh, wow, we're still here. We got a little bit more to go.
I'm going for hot right now. And,
that's fun for you. I like that for you right now.
It is fun for me right now. But it is hard because and listen, I do think men can be so much hotter in person because of their personality.
Well, and that's the thing too. Sometimes when a guy's not that hot in photos.
I know.
Okay, because so when Kristin got back to Nashville, you had Raya, you came over and we were laying on the couch. Yeah. And it was the best day of my life, by the way. We're swiping Raya and I'm having so much fun or whatever. And certain guys, like, you would start to swipe and I'm like, Kristin, no, chill for a second. She's like, no way. And then it's like, no, let's go look at his social media because you need to get a variety of photos because guys in person are way better looking.
They're way hotter, and I get that.
And the guys who look really pretty on their Raya, like, that's weird. Why are guys on Raya? When we go to their Instagram, like, they look like they want to be bloggers. Like, they're taking like fashion photos and they look like a model. Like, that freaks me out.
That's such
You're
a turn
thinking
off.
That much about it. You're editing your photos.
Like, here's what I will say. The guys who I do like on Raya, when you go to their Instagram, they don't really post. Like, they're actually kind of a little
that's
mysterious.
the hottest thing ever. When they have like maybe 4 posts up, or their last post was like 2 years ago. Nothing better.
That was my first date on Raya. He's like that. So let me tell you.
Oh my, yeah, that's right. I forget that we're like recording. I literally think we're just talking. I forgot to. I like start to say something, but I'm like, you're not talking to just Kristin, buddy.
Okay, so my date. So we match instantly, and I'm so excited, right? But so when you match with someone, now they're like in your queue. So you have 10 days to start a conversation. Otherwise, that match expires, which I love that Raya does that.
Why do you like that? That's so
because it's like either make a move or fucking leave me alone. Like, shit or get off the pot, right?
Okay.
So now, in between me matching with him and a little time goes by, I filmed the podcast with Nick Viall, which aired last week. And Nick, I'm telling you.
He's so cute.
He's very cute. And
cuter in person, too, right?
He's cuter in person. Yes. Because, you know, the thing with men is, like, it's their presence. It's, like, their whole thing.
The confidence. Yep. Like, if they can look you in the eye. And
it's a whole thing. So anyways, and he gives great dating advice. I know you guys loved last week's episode, which makes me so happy because I loved it, too. But so he's like, I tell him how I match with this guy. And I'm like, but I would never DM the guy. And he's like, why not? And
literally, why not?
I know. And I've had everyone in my life being like, you included, why can't you make the first move, right? So I guess I'm just sort of like, yeah, fuck it. Okay, so I'm over at Charlene's house, who, again, this is my friend with a newborn baby. So I'm just there hanging with baby Elle and her husband, Brian. So I'm like, what the fuck should I say to this guy? Right? Because this is a big deal. So Brian, who I absolutely fucking love, Charlene's husband.
He's such a good guy.
He's the best. He helps me come up with this DM. And it is, hey, I'm new to this app. Is this the one where the girl makes the first move? How fucking good is that?
Also, I thought that was your line. Brian's a badass.
Brian gave it to me.
Which is so you. Like,
Brian gave it to me.
You would say that.
I would say some shit like that, though. So I'm like, this is fucking genius, right? Okay, so not like a long time after, I'm going to pull it up. He responds and he says, love a woman who takes the lead, though I really should check this app more often, would have hated to miss this match. And I'm like, love this.
Good response.
Great response. So I said, well, I'm glad I took the lead then. Now the ball's in your court. So he said, perfect. Would love to grab a drink this weekend if you're keen, and sent his phone number. So now, you guys, it's Friday. And I'm leaving the next day, okay? So I'm kind of like, damn it, of course, like, now the conversation gets going right before I'm about to leave. I've been in LA for a week, okay? So that night, I'm supposed to go to Manhattan Beach with my friend Brittany to meet her boyfriend for the first time. I've never met this guy. So I'm like, oh, shit. And Brittany's like, no, it's cool. Like, if you want to meet this guy for a drink before and be late, like, it's all good, whatever, blah, blah. So I text Hot Man from Raya, and I say, hey, it's Kristin. I'd love to get a drink this weekend, but it would have to be tonight because I actually leave tomorrow. I live in Nashville, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, great, let's do it. He's like, I get off of work at 6:30. And I'm like, well, can't you get off earlier? It's Friday.
You don't have to work.
It's Friday.
Let me talk to your boss.
So I'm like, I'm supposed to go to Manhattan Beach and have dinner with my friend Brittany. I was like, so I could either meet you before or after. And then I was like, so by the way, I'm getting ready to leave to go to Manhattan Beach. I'm like literally doing my makeup as we're texting. And sort of joking, I was like, or you could just crash my dinner. It wouldn't be that weird.
But you were hoping.
Well, I guess otherwise, why the fuck would I have said it? So I'm like, or you could just crash my dinner. It wouldn't be that weird because I'm meeting my friend's boyfriend for the first time. Meaning like, so he wouldn't be the odd man out. So he goes, that could actually be really fun.
This is the first time they're going to meet. They're going to go on a double date an hour away from...
It's Friday at 5:30 or whatever. So yeah, we're going to be in the car for a good hour. So because with Friday traffic. So
first time meeting, first date in the car for an hour.
So he's like, he offers to pick me up. And I'm like, I'm kind of a bougie bitch. I already have a car service booked. I was like, why don't you just come with me in the car? He said, do you want me to get champagne or tequila for the ride? So
Cute.
already I'm like, I love this guy, like gentleman. So he gets off work earlier than anticipated, comes over. We get in the car for 45 minutes to an hour to Manhattan Beach to go meet Brittany and her boyfriend.
Which I think says so much about your person. I would never do that.
You wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't. Because it's like, what if you got in the car and you couldn't stand him
it was
immediately?
a risk I was willing to
like
take.
when I was in my dating world, like I would know within minutes of meeting someone, I was like, I don't even want to have like a main course with this person. And it would give me the worst things. By the way, I loved dating. I thought it was so much fun because I love chatting and meeting new people. But when there's like the pressure of like, is this going to turn into something? And you know within minutes it's nothing. I want to leave.
Guys,
so you're in the car with him for like an hour and a half. What if his breath smelled? What if
he is so hot that I don't fucking care. I'm like, I'm gonna make this work.
Right.
Like
right.
Here's what I will say. I actually do feel like I have a good gut instinct on people.
Yeah,
in
you do.
General.
No, you totally do.
I know right away if someone's a good person or not, and I feel like I can kind of just tell. Like, I've never really gotten myself into a situation like that where I've been like, fuck, why did I do this? Like, even like.
Well, and I'd also like to say something that people don't know about you is you're my best friend. We do so much together. You can get into any situation and have fun with it. Like, even if he wasn't Mr. Everything Great, like, you'd still have a fun time. Like, you're one of those people, any table that we sit at, like, and you and I are very similar with this. Like, we'll chat with everyone. We'll make it fun no matter what it is.
You can throw us in any situation and we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And that's why I've always said, like, when I go on dates, like, I can strike up a conversation with anybody. So that's why I'm like, it's going to be easy. It's going to be fun, whatever. Okay, so, and the other thing is we have a really good mutual friend. So, and he's such a good guy, our mutual friend, that I know.
But you didn't know that before, did you?
I did, because on Raya, it shows you who your mutual friends are. So already I sort of have like a little bit of a confirmation that he's a good guy. Okay, so we're in the car.
And I had already done stalking.
Justin had stalked. We've got a mutual. He's hot as fuck. I'm like, what could go wrong? We're going to be good. Also, I love the spontaneity of it. Like the fact that he was just like, fuck it, I'll come.
Well, that was the best thing.
Was
when we were talking about, I was like, that's what you need though, because you're so that type of person. Like, I
have to be really planned out because of my life
in your normal life. But I'm saying, like, you don't want someone who like overthinks everything. It's like, hell yeah, we want to meet. We both can tonight.
Yes.
Let's go do it. Like,
and also I'm leaving tomorrow, so it either has to be this or like I'm not gonna see you for.
And also, I loved that he was willing to like, go with the flow. He was like, do you want me to pick you up? I'll get tequila for the car or whatever. Like, you need that because a lot of these guys have been putting it on their terms. Like your coffee date, when you drove to Burbank.
Like, how about the guy I dated in Nashville? Everything was on his fucking terms. Like, I've been dealing with guys where it's about them and it's, you know what I'm saying?
No, I know. Yeah, I definitely
You've been right there with me. So the fact that this guy was just like, fuck it, I'll do it, was like, wow. And I said to him, I was like, I can't tell you how much I love.
That's like a hot confidence thing. Like, you know, a guy like that is confident. Like, that he's going to go meet your friends. Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens? You guys get in the car.
And instantly, it was easy. Like, it was never awkward. Also, what I said to my friends later, I was like, I didn't have enough time to get nervous or like think about it because it was just like, it just like happened, which was almost like the best case scenario. But so it was easy. The conversation flowed. He was great. It was great. So we go meet Brittany and her boyfriend, Mark, and we had so much fun. Like, so much fun. The drinks are flowing. Now, hot Raya man and I are like holding hands, going to the bathroom. I just like really progressed quickly.
The way you fall in love.
I'm like, what? At one point, I like took off his hat. I was wearing his hat.
Oh my God.
You have the best hair. You shouldn't cover that up. Like, drunk mess. So, Okay, so then the manager of this restaurant that we're at takes us upstairs after dinner to a bar that no one's at. He's
VIP.
VIP. So he's giving us shots, and then that's where we had our first kiss. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in love with this man. So anyways, we had the best night. It was really, really fun. I do remember at one point him asking me if I would have more kids, which again, like I love that we just like put all of this on the table. I think like with where we're at age-wise, like we have to have these conversations.
What did you say that night? You're like,
I don't remember. I don't remember what I said. I was probably like, yes, I would have 10 babies with you. I literally don't remember. But my normal answer is that I don't necessarily want more kids, but if I met someone who didn't have any kids, I would consider having one.
Right. And you never know.
You never know. I think if I was like madly in love and I met the most amazing guy, I'd have another kid.
I see you having another kid. I just did.
Everyone says that. But like Sailor's about to turn 8. Like going back would be a whole thing. But again,
you're so good at it, though.
You're so good at it.
You are. You're really great at kids, man. I've always been shocked by it, to be honest. I'm all, you still got those? Every time I come over, I'm all, they made it?
They're still alive?
You're such a good mom. Like,
Thank
you were born. Some people are born to be a mom.
Yeah.
And selfishly, if Scoot and I have kids, I want you to be pregnant
at the same time. I know. I could do another one.
I'd probably only have kids if you did it again.
Well, if
you need to do it with a friend. Don't you think it's good to do with a friend?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, then can we make a pact right now? If I get knocked up, you guys are having a kid too.
Yeah, 100%. We'll totally do it.
Get on the wait list because it takes a while for you.
I'm crossing my fingers right now. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Okay, so to be honest with you guys, the night gets a little blurry, okay? I don't remember the end of it. To be honest, I really think that I fell asleep on the way home, and I don't remember saying goodbye to him. But I woke up alone in my bed, so that's a win. So in the morning...
I mean, you could have been taking advantage of.
I know, I could have. I should ask him.
You didn't have panties
Did
on.
you see my pee-pee?
I get you. These kind of things that like scares the crap out of me.
Did you touch me below?
He carried you up to your bed.
Well, imagine me stumbling up to my fucking condo. Okay, so in the morning, how fucking cute is this? So I sent him some pictures that we took, and then I was like, I feel like shit. This man sends me a breakfast burrito, a smoothie, and a wellness shot.
That is so
from
cute.
Erewhon, my favorite fucking place in LA. But like, you guys, that was so fucking sweet. That was so sweet.
It's so thoughtful. It's so cute.
It really is. So that's my first Raya date, and I'm like, I fucking love Raya. Like, if this is how it's gonna be, I'm all in on this shit. So that's my hot man from Raya, and I am gonna see him again early November, so we'll see how it goes.
Did you guys know that the CDC estimates that there are approximately 96 million American adults, which is more than 1 in 3, who have pre-diabetes? Of those with pre-diabetes, more than 80% don't know they have it. So why does this matter? Well, foods high in carbohydrates raise blood sugar more than any other foods. During digestion, the pancreas produces insulin, which then binds the sugar in the blood and takes it into cells as a source of energy. If you have prediabetes, sugar begins to build up in the bloodstream rather than fuel the cells. This is when insulin resistance occurs, which is believed to be the #1 cause of prediabetes. A healthy diet and regular exercise are the best ways to help bring your blood sugar levels back to a healthy range. Signos can help you short circuit this cycle by using data directly from your body to design a weight loss plan that's unique to your lifestyle. Signos is the only company that combines a CGM, which is continuous glucose monitor, with an AI-driven app to deliver real-time glucose monitoring for optimal health and weight management. With Signos, you can literally see which foods cause your blood sugar to spike above reasonable levels and get real-time alerts to do a little bit of exercise to bring them back down. Meet your weight loss and health goals with unique to you data. Signos' unique to you program for weight loss is backed by a growing field of scientific research and scientists that points to stable glucose as a key part of overall health. Signos removes the guesswork of weight loss and provides users with the tools and knowledge needed to develop healthier habits. It combines your glucose data from the CGM or continuous glucose monitor with an AI-driven app to deliver real-time glucose insights for optimal health and weight management. Right now, Signos has an offer exclusively for my listeners. Go to signos.com, that's signos.com, and get up to 15% off by using code HONEST today. That's signos.com and use code HONEST to get up to 15% off your order today. Let's talk about probiotics, you guys, and specifically Seed. Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic is a broad spectrum probiotic and prebiotic formulated with 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains for whole body benefits, including gut, skin, and heart health. They formulate based on robust clinical and mechanistic research that include the biologically active dose of each strain and ensure the full dosage of live bacteria survives and remains viable through digestion or the trip to your doorstep. Engineered to survive digestion, their patented capsule in capsule ViaCap technology optimizes viability and delivers a precision release to the colon with no refrigeration required. You can also enroll in their sustainable refill program. So when you enroll, your refills will ship 3 or 6 months at a time, and you'll save up to $90 annually. Fewer shipments, fewer packages, better for the earth. I'm all about taking a really high quality probiotic, and I love Seed for a million reasons. I feel like it's one of the few probiotics that actually does what it says it's going to do. And I love that you don't have to refrigerate it. So this one I can just throw in my bag and I don't have to worry about it. All right, you guys, if you want to check out Seed, visit seed.com/honest and use code HONEST to redeem 25% off your first month of Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. That's seed.com/honest and use code HONEST. Let's chat about Rocket Money. You guys, have you found subscriptions that you've completely forgotten about? Or maybe some stuff that you've paid twice for and didn't realize it? Yeah, me too. And I can't tell you how much I hate that. So that's why I love Rocket Money so much. Do you struggle to save money every month? Well, with Rocket Money, you can quickly identify all of those sneaky subscriptions that keep charging you month after month and cancel any that you no longer use. It's such an easy way to start saving money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. With Rocket Money, you can easily cancel the ones you don't want with just the press of a button. No more long hold times or annoying emails with customer service. Rocket Money does all of the work for you. With over 5 million users and counting, Rocket Money has helped save its customers an average of $720 a year and $1 billion in total savings so far. Rocket Money can even negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Oh, yes. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Kristin. That's rocketmoney.com/Kristin. rocketmoney.com/Kristin.
So, meanwhile, I'm still matching with people on Raya, right? Matching with a decent amount of people, I would say, but
as you should.
as I,
Imagine you're all, no one's matching with me. Is it the pictures
he's the
I
only one
posted?
that I've matched with. So, but I'm pretty picky on Raya. Like, I really am.
Like, too picky. That's the problem.
I know. Well, okay. So then you said that to me. So then I was like, all right, I'll kind of ease up. Now I've got all these guys DMing me, and I don't respond to any of them.
Well,
none of them.
That you're not messaging back?
Any guy who DMs me on Raya, I haven't responded to one. I'm talking to one other guy on Raya, and I also made the first move with him.
Well, that's something you need to work on, girl. Because it's like if they like make the effort, you're like, ew, that's so weird. And then if they don't do anything, you're like, shit, you have to message them. Like, that's where I'm like, we gotta figure this out.
What is wrong with me? So the other guy that I am talking to.
Ew, why is he messaging me? Because you're on Raya, Kristin. That's what they do.
Can I read you guys some of the shit these men say to me, though? Like, I'm sorry. I'm not responding to this shit. Are you ready? Okay. The $1 million question, Kristin. Where can I find the best coffee and pastries in Nashville? Well, buddy, I'm not going to fucking tell you.
And first of all, no one wants to be a travel guide. Why does everyone think that you want to, like you're writing a book about places to hit up in Nashville?
Ready for another one? I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't have the biggest crush on you in the Laguna Beach days.
I think that's adorable. I think it's really, really attractive and it like that a guy
it's confident.
That a guy can acknowledge that he knows.
I
hate more than anything when people try to act like they don't know who
I
you
know.
are. When I know that they do. Any guy who's from like, let's say 30 to 45 years old knows who Kristin Cavallari is. Like, have they ever visited a supermarket in the 2000s? Like, you were on the cover of Us Weekly magazine all the time. And I'm not trying to act like you're fucking Madonna or whatever, because I know that people will be like,
she's not that famous.
She's not that famous. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, like, anyone in a certain age range, like, you were part of that, like, Paris Hilton, Hillary Duff, Lindsay Lohan era where, like, you guys were talked about all the time in the media.
I do think, though.
So my point is, like, I like that somebody like that just acknowledges it. Like, it's okay to
agree.
And also you were a lot of guys, like, my age and younger, you were their crush. Like, Laguna Beach, you were every straight guy's crush. Every guy thought Kristin Cavallari was hot.
Yeah, no, listen.
So I think it's hot when they just say it.
I agree. I think like owning that is very hot. I don't like a guy who's like, oh, I didn't know who you were. Meanwhile, like they know exactly who I am, which I do think there are a lot of men who don't know who I am.
No, there definitely are. But I'm saying if they do and they acknowledge it, I think that's hot. I'm talking more like I hate these guys who are like, my friend said that you're famous. And
I know.
Okay, shut up.
I know. Like, please go away. I just think like for the opening line is like a little aggressive.
Why does that show confidence to me? That's like big dick. I don't think it's dorky. Like
What? Can you tell people? Justin has this big dick theory that guys with big noses have big dicks.
It's a thing.
I think it is.
Hasn't it always been true? Like whenever you think about it now.
Yeah.
If you want to know, it's the nose. It's not the hand. It's not the size of their body. It's you go off of the nose. It's an appendage.
Checks out. Yeah, no, listen, I totally understand what you're saying. I guess I'm just like, maybe not the first line. Maybe like after we're talking, you could be like, oh my God, I had the biggest crush on you back in the day. And I'd be like, oh, that's cute. Like I do like a guy who is like, who owns that he knows who I am. Which
this is
the other
new
guy
for you
did.
because we just recently started talking about this, and I was telling you, I was like, Kristin, that's not a bad thing when they acknowledge that. I think it's really cool when a guy acknowledges it. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Maybe not the open line, but I also kind of think it's cute for an opening.
Yeah.
Clearly, he knows who you are when he lands on your picture or whatever. And I think it's almost weirder if he talks to you for a while, and then all of a sudden is like, by the way, I had a crush on you back in the day. It's like, why didn't you say that 30 messages ago? Because by that point, you've been texting all day long because you love to text.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You
Not
love
anymore.
it. Once it gets going, you're back and forth all day long. I'm like, Kristin,
how about that? I was voice noting with someone for like 3 hours the other night.
You're voice noting with a stranger.
But by the way, I think everyone should voice note before you go on a first date with someone to know if you have that like chemistry, that banter.
Hot.
What did we say the other day? It takes a confident person to voice note. Yeah. And so, yes, I sent this guy a voice note and I was like, sorry, I know these are annoying. And he was like, I love a voice note. And then that's what we were doing all night. I was like, I love this.
Because when you're doing stuff around the house and you want to like get things out, I also like hearing the way that people phrase things because texts are so weird.
You can't
You can write something and you'll be trying to figure out what they mean. Like, did they mean blah, blah? It's like, no, but if you hear them say it, I love voice notes.
I love
But a lot of people don't. That's not like.
People get weirded out by it.
Yeah, like I try to voice note people on my team and they get so uncomfortable.
Dude, I voice note fucking everybody. Some people are like, and they just text back. You're like, okay, sorry.
You don't vibe like
sorry
that?
Sorry about that. But it's interesting because I feel like, so I was over at Justin's house the other day and we sort of had this epiphany because, I've been dating, right, for 3.5 years now. And
this was a good epiphany.
It was because
we broke ground.
We really did.
You're building from the foundation up now. The foundation is being
built.
Broke
me down, and now we're building me back up. So I've had this epiphany of like, I think with men, I need to soften and sit more in my femininity because I've been in this mindset the last few years of like, I don't need a man, but I want a man. Isn't that more important? But that energy in itself is like, no, you're giving off that you don't even fucking want anything to do with men. So I think I've decided I do need a man, actually. I do need a man for a lot of things.
You don't need a man. You want a man.
Well, yes, but I think it's like just like shifting the energy of it is like, no, do I need a man to fucking pay my bills or to have kids with? No, I don't need a man.
You want a man? You would like to have a man?
I would love to have a man.
Male companion.
I would love to have a fucking companion. But like I'm ready for it. And it makes sense to me, my journey for the last 3.5 years, why I've gone through what I've gone through and like my dating issues with men and whatnot. But I think like where we've landed is that like, what it was it's okay to tell somebody that I'm into them, because for the longest time I've been like, I want him to come to me the first few times. I want him to like chase me a little bit, which is all fine and great, but it's also okay to be vulnerable and to message a guy first or just be like, I can't wait to see you. Like, I'm excited.
I'm just sitting here listening because I'm like, she's really believing it now because this is what we talked about. And I was saying it because my favorite thing about you and all of your friends' favorite thing about you is like, you're really strong. You're very direct. You say what you want to do and what you don't want to do. But sometimes that could be intimidating to certain guys. And I especially think when you're first talking to a guy for the first time. And I've even told you, like, as your best friend, I had to learn how you used to text. Yeah. Like, you would do things like, I'd be like, tell you a funny story. And you're like, sounds good. Talk to you in a bit. I'm like, oh my God. Like, okay. Like, because you're very quick. Because to you, everything is like a calendar. You have 3 kids. Like,
I'm like trying to like,
fast.
I'm like balancing a lot of shit.
So sometimes when you show me your messages with guys and you're like, and I'm like, Kristin, that sounds really harsh. Like, you can't say it that quick. Like, there is something that's okay to be like sweet and kind of ease into things. You know?
My own mom was like, I don't know if you're mad at me sometimes over text. I was like, God, really? Like, I've had like real people are really close to me in my life say these things to me. And actually last week I did have to text a guy something and then he didn't respond. This is not someone I'm dating. It's a friend. And I realized, oh my God, that came off so harsh. So I had to backtrack and be like, hey, I realized that came off really harsh. And then I think like I'm so to the point and direct, but like sometimes you have to explain, you have to soften, you have to give a little bit of fluff for context for other people. And so I think, with a lot of guys, I think like if I don't need you and I'm coming off kind of like direct and cold, guys are like, she's not into me. And I can see why some guys think that. So I'm trying really hard right now.
But the way that we kind of discovered this is like you would be like, there'd be a pause in the conversation or like you in the past 3 years, and you can tell me to shut up if I'm saying too much.
Everything.
In the past 3 years, like you've dated certain guys who you've kind of been into and wanted to explore more, and it kind of cut off early.
You're talking about
all these people there.
Down yonder.
For whatever reason, the past 3 years is like you've dated a lot of known guys, like famous. I can't say any names or like
Sam. No, just kidding. If you say it, it's cool.
Oh my God! You want me to? No.
I got so scared.
But you would show me the messages because we share everything. So anyone out there, listen, if you're trying to date her, I'm dating you too, just so you know. And I'm really nice. I'm the nice one.
Justin really is.
I will be rooting for you. Like, I want this woman to be in a really good relationship. But when you were showing me messages and I would see where the lull would happen, I was like, Kristin, you don't sound like you're into him.
I know.
Like, so he's probably thinking, oh, she's not into it.
And if I'm never texting you first, like, you know what I'm saying? There's like certain things. It's like, so I'm realizing I have to, it's like the give and pull.
But at the end of the day, I think that everyone should be exactly who they are, because you can't fake something, because then you're faking going into a relationship. You want to be exactly who you are. But I think you could benefit a little bit from like having some softer edges on you.
I get it. And I think like maybe in a lot of ways, me being like, I don't need a man is like it's been my protection for the last few years.
Well, and I don't think that all of your friends, think about your friends. Like, you have been friends with the same people forever. Like, you have the closest people ever. Like,
all of my best friends have been in my life for like 20 years.
And everyone, all of us who know you really well, like, you are a diehard sweetheart. You're the most loyal person ever. You'll show up for everybody. You really are soft. Like,
I
am. Love
you say I'm like way more romantic and soft than like anyone
could imagine. And that's the thing where like just recently, like I was saying, like it's okay to let guys know that kind of stuff, because you already, without even saying anything, you give off badass energy. I mean, like, look at your house, look at your life, look at what you can provide for yourself. Yeah. So it's okay with all of that behind you to be soft and be like, I am interested in being in a relationship. I do want to share a life with somebody. I mean, it sounds cheesy and we could laugh at this stuff. But I mean, that's some of the stuff that's missing. Because also, we're talking to a lot of women out there, and I love women. I love talking to women. So, hey. But guys, I think they do, and I hate this when you put labels on men and women or whatever, but I think guys do need a little bit of that softness.
I do
and they
too.
need women to kind of be like, I like you.
I do too.
And
No, I do too.
It turns men on.
My mom has actually always said this to me, that guys need way more reassurance than women do.
Completely.
They need that little boost.
And you have masculine energy. Like sometimes I question whether or not you got.
I do have a big dick. If I was a guy, I'd have the biggest dick.
That's like our dumbest joke to always say to each other. But you do have like the hugest dick ever.
I do. I know. So
you have masculine energy. So the feminine part is the stuff that you need to work on a little bit.
Because it's there. It's just like letting it shine through and honing in on it.
It's so funny because in other areas of your life, you're such a feminine girl. Like you love makeup. You love like jewelry, all that kind of stuff. But with guys, and I've seen it too, like when we're out. Okay, it's so funny. When we're out together and I can see a guy flirting because everyone comes up and flirts with you, right? But I see you put on, it's like Sailor. Her daughter, Sailor, is the strongest girl you've ever met. It's literally Kristin as a kid. Like, it is freaky. I wish the whole world could see Sailor's personality because she's like wet. Like, I walk in the house and she's like, and I'm like, hey, Sailor, and she's like, hi, Justin. But I know she loves me, so then like I have to walk around and kind of ignore her for a little while, and then she'll come up and like start talking. I'm like, oh, Sailor, we're cool. Now I think you had to act like a badass at first. But you do that too with guys out, like, and you don't even know you're doing it, which is also why I feel like you're good at protecting yourself. Like I'm never nervous about you taking care of
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I learned that at such a young age, and so but now I have
getting taken advantage of too. I mean, even just being on a reality show at 16 years old and having adults take advantage of you.
And adults, and it's because I was on TV at such a young age, it definitely attracted the wrong kind of guy. I mean, it just did. I've been burned by a lot of guys that I've like been in relationships with.
You're still chasing those guys.
It's shifting.
Like, can I just say, like, the guys you point out, like, they're a bunch of Stevens and Brodies.
No, oh my
yes,
God.
they are.
Both hot men from Raya. Listen, I've got a type. I mean, I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, you do. And I always say, I'm like, I can't wait till you have, like, this, like, kind of, like, goofy, silly, like, obviously confident, has a lot going on, but, like, has a silly side and just adores you and is comfortable saying it. Because also some of these guys too, like they try to match your energy. Like they try to be like too cool, and then I think they think like, oh, I'm not gonna text her for a few hours. I'm like, can everyone stop playing these stupid games? Me too, because it's like it's so weird. It makes no sense to me because also like I've been in a relationship for 10 years, but like I've never been like that. And I was like, if I feel something, I text it or say it all the time, and I'm like the biggest sappiest romantic in the world.
But okay, I do feel
the game playing is so
I can't do it. I do feel like the two guys that I'm talking to right now, there really hasn't. By the way, I feel like I'm on my own like real life version of the Bachelorette. I'm all, which one's it gonna be? By the way, this podcast is gonna single-handedly ruin my dating because now they know.
No. I think it's actually gonna cancel out what shouldn't be happening.
Okay.
Like
fight for me.
Oh my God, she literally thinks she's on the Bachelorette.
I am.
No, you and I are speaking two different languages right now. I'm actually saying that the right people could. I hope that a girl out there who knows the perfect guy, who's a cuddly bear, who has his own stuff going on, she's like, oh my God, you would be and things will happen that way. Just enough with the like, Mr. Cool Guy.
All right. Well, TBD. I'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, I love you. Thanks for always being here.
Of course.
The
I'm not
fans
going
love
anywhere.
ya. And we'll keep you guys posted on all things men. Mwah.
Bye, guys.
See ya.